Hi y'all, and welcome to part 2 of Flosstube number 5. Like I said before, I'm splitting this into 2 parts. If you haven't seen the first part, I recommend going back and watching it because after this intro, it is literally just me in the same clothes as before talking about the next retreat that I went to. And yeah, so it would be kind of weird because I literally just go straight into it. There was a few things that I didn't go over. Oh, we're in the wrong angle. Okay, that's better. There was a few things that I wanted to go over. I do want to apologize for how like late this came. Like it wasn't just like, you know, part 1 and then a week later part 2. The city of Milwaukee decided to do some major road construction on my street. Not on my street, but on the freeway. And it has turned my commute home every day from a 20-minute drive to a 40-minute drive. So I have been dealing with trying to get used to that, and it has been a little stressful. So I don't know when I'm gonna film next, but I know my next time I film, I want to do a finish parade because I was looking up how much I finished in 2025, and oh, it was a lot. And I think I have like over 30 things to go over. So yeah, so next one will be a finish parade for just 2025, and then I will do a whip parade because I like watching those. I'm sure you guys like watching those. And yeah, another thing I forgot to talk about in my video was StitchCon. I am not going to StitchCon. I am unsure. I got the invoice for weekend B, and it is because I like to go to Bonnaroo, and Bonnaroo is during weekend A, and I'm not sure if I'm going to go to Bonnaroo yet. Some of my friends have already bought their tickets. I'm still debating whether I should buy my ticket. If they see this video, I will get dragged for being like, I'm not sure. But I'm probably not going to go to StitchCon. I just can't imagine being inside in the middle of summer when I like to be outdoors and hiking and camping and stuff, especially with that. So yeah, if you want to try and convince me otherwise, you can do it in the comments. I definitely will read them and be like, maybe, but I can't see it. I just can't see it. But I am going to another retreat in April. And then the last thing that I didn't talk about that I skipped was another part of my haul from Beautiful Sip and Stitchery from that first retreat. I never showed off these scissors. So Lois from Lady.Creates was like obsessed with these scissors, and now I've been seeing them everywhere, and I think it's a lot of designers have them. They're Elaine scissors, E-L-A-N. And yeah, I had a budget at that retreat, and I went $30 over because of these scissors. So my mom was like, these are the perfect scissors, and you're gonna be sad if you don't get them. They have like a serrated edge. I'm sure you can't see it, but apparently they're really good for like cutting fabric, like very clean cut. And I've tried them out already. On the chicken mittens is when I tried them out, because yeah, as you can see, I still am in the Jingle Ball festive mood, even though that has ended. And yeah, I love them. Also, Jingle Ball, just really quick, I had a lot of fun. And yeah, just to recap that, I did a lot of speed dating. I was in the stitching rooms at night, and if you talk to me, I am so glad I got to meet you. And yeah, definitely keep in touch. I know I can be kind of like I feel like I'm kind of hard to talk to on Instagram, but I do love getting DMs from people on Instagram. And yeah, so yeah, next video is gonna be a finish parade. I definitely have finishes from Jingle Ball. I had 2 FFOs and probably 2 more FFOs. I still need to stitch up my chicken mittens, and I think I can do that really simply in like an evening. So yeah, and I'll show all those off in the next video. So yeah, and now I will give it back to Past Selena from November to talk to you about Stitch Pluto. So yeah, so then the next weekend, I ended up going to Stitch Pluto. So this was the one where I was supposed to go with Steph and Sadie, my friends here in Milwaukee. They ended up having to back out for personal reasons. Which is okay. And yeah, I ended up reaching out to Eli of Thick Threads because I knew that he was going because he saw me talking about it and was like, oh, I want to try my first retreat. And I was like, hey, so I have this hotel room that I have by myself with 2 beds. Would you like to come? And he's like, oh, I just got an Airbnb that has a bunk bed. So I was able to cancel my hotel room and I ended up going at his Airbnb because it was cheaper. So that was really nice of him. That retreat was completely different. Like, there was no classes. Instead, it was like Dungeons and Dragons themed. So let me show you all the stuff we got because it was a lot. So when I got there, I got this bag, the tote of holding, and inside there was an envelope that had my like D&D character because we were gonna play a round of D&D. And so how they did is they had a bunch of different separate sessions, and I think they were like 4 hour long sessions, and they had like a map setup of, I've never played Dungeons and Dragons, so like I don't know how it's really played, but they had a map setup that they had like made themselves, and it was the you had to quest and get through the map to get the diamond encrusted lottery stand and bring it back to some shady dude. And yeah, I was a dwarf warlock, and I have my character here. My character came with a dragon, which 4th wing. And then this is my little character that they gave me. Little dwarf with a cup. Of course I'm always drinking. I love a good beverage, whether it's tea or a beer. But yeah, so there was that. And yeah, it was really fun. They also had a scavenger hunt, which I will talk about that. I'll talk about that now. No, I'll show you everything they gave us. So in our bags, there was a bunch of stuff. I kind of have it scattered throughout just because, like, I've been a mess lately. Let me make sure. It came with another sticker, Stitch Pluto. And then there was a little dragon. So I actually traded with Cassidy Audacity. She went too, but she just drove in every day. She lived, I think like an hour away. Which is how far I lived from the other one, the finishing school. And my mom made sure we stayed there because I was going to drive an hour every day. And she's like, no, you don't want to do that. Which I probably could have. I just wouldn't have stayed as late. But yeah, so I got this little pink dragon. He's so cute. And they gave us dice. And so we had to use our dice to play Dungeons and Dragons as well. Mine are these little blue ones. And then we also got a dice tray. So this is mine. And they gave us these tubes so you can like finish one of the cross stitch patterns inside of it. And they gave us like, I think a pattern for each, what do you call it? Each character there is, you know, like wizard, bard, all those. So there's a pattern for each of those in Dungeons and Dragons because it was Dungeons and Dragons theme. We did vote on next year's themes, and it's going to be cryptids. So if you were interested in this one and you were like cryptids, definitely get in on this. So yeah, there was that in that bag. Then we all got a bag with a kitted up kit in it and all the patterns. That's what I'm missing. All the patterns. They are actually right here. So I will show you my bag first. So this is the bag that we got at Stitch Pluto. And I chose the wizard. And so then it came with like a singular object that related to your character that you chose at your seat. So that they had like different stations set up with different kits. And I actually sat at the Warlock at first because I really liked the thing that was there, which ended up being these animal tarot cards with the Warlock. I've been really into tarot cards recently. I don't know if I did buy like that mushroom related deck, Midnight Magic, and I also have a cat deck. So it was really cool to get an animal tarot deck. And these, oh my god, this is the most gorgeous deck I've ever seen. Like, look at the side. It's all shiny, and the art. I'm gonna look this one up later. Page of Swords, since it's the random pull. There's more cards in here. I didn't pull the whole deck out. So yeah, I'm excited about this. This was like a great retreat gift from her. I thought this was like very generous. So this is definitely like an expensive deck. This is probably, does it say on here? The $30 deck. So that was really, really generous. And then, so that came with like whatever kit you chose. And then, in the kits, they had all of the things that you needed to start your cross stitch. So it did come with like, I think there's a lot of candy in here too. It came with some scissors, like little scissors fobs. This is the one that I got. It's a little bat on the end. Yeah, purple scissors to match the fabric. I don't know if you saw it a second ago. And then there was a needle minder that came with it, and a needle. And then I chose the Wizard. So this is the Wizard by Ardith Designs. I thought this owl was just the most stinking cutest. We might get a visitor in a second. So, come here. You want to come join? I thought he was going to jump up here. We might get Butters in a minute. Yeah, he's going to jump up here. So get ready for the Butters experience. Say hi. So he's going to sit on my lap, I guess, for now. He wants to sit on the table. And with this one, it came with like a little charm. So kind of like a treasure. You doing okay, dude? So it's like a little treasure, a little star that you put on to, it goes right there, if you can see. So yeah, and then these were the colors. I did them on floss drops. We were talking about floss drops because my mom wants to switch our floss management system over to floss drops. So, dude. See, I said I wouldn't deny them uppies if they wanted uppies, and he wants uppies, but he's sitting on everything, so it's kind of annoying. So yeah, and then these floss drops actually were made by Eli. He gave us these 5, what do you call it? Die 20. So they're like these dice, but in floss drop form, because he said that in his floss tube that he had a friend make these for him for as like a retreat gift. So that was really nice. And then I'll show you my start if you can move your butt. Okay. And then this is my start on it. I don't know what this fabric is. It's some type of linen, but it's an opalescent linen. Of course, purple. I was like, yes. So yeah, move this. Move your face. This is my show, Butters, not the Butters experience. So yeah, I think that's very cute. Oh, he is gonna make things way more difficult. So yeah, I really want to finish him soon too. I don't know how I'm gonna finish him. They had him like finished on like a hexagon, and I was thinking I might put them in the dice tray because I got the purple dice tray, but I'm still debating that just because there's beads, and I think the beads would impede the dice. So I might just finish him. I don't know. Maybe I'll do a stand-up. That'd be cool. Speaking of stand-ups, I did do my small, which I'll show a picture of it here. So I ended up using that StitchSprout Magic Slow Freddy, and I made him into a stand-up. And what I did was I followed the tutorial on Hands-On Design's website for the Parliament of Owls. And so there's a little baggie of lizard litter in there again, like how Lois had taught me, and then it's stuffed. But yeah, I think that turned out pretty good. I wish I was taking the stand-up class for Jingle Ball, because like I feel like it might have been a little lumpy. I don't know. Eli loves it, so that's all that matters. And yeah, I'm glad he got it. It was really funny because when we did that whole smalls exchange, it ended up because I went with Eli and Cassidy from Cassidy Audacity. We ended up getting each other's smalls. So I ended up getting Cassidy's. It's right here. So this is a fine frog pattern from the first Spellbound Stitches, and I've been wanting to do this pattern, so it ended up being really sweet that I got hers, and now I have this like sweet little memory. Because yeah, I remember like asking Steph about it, and she's like, yeah, I could definitely sell it, but I just haven't. So maybe it'll show up if you ask for it. Maybe she'll put it up for sale. But yeah, I just think it's the cutest little guy, little crow on the moon. And I'm so glad I got Cassidy's. And yeah, and then Cassidy got Eli's. So that was pretty funny that the three of us did that, or ended up doing that. Let's see. And then let's go over the other patterns that we got. And then I will go over retreat gifts. So the other patterns that we got, I'll go pretty fast. The Bard by Stitchy Prose, or what does it say? Seduce the Dragon. She was the Bard. This one was the Warlock, so the Stitching Kitten Designs, Vidar Razor Claw. He's pretty cute. I like the graphic on the back, the illustration. So cute. The Rogue, which the Stitch Crypt did. Which I think, yeah, it's just called the Rogue. That one's so cool. The Handsome Woodrow by the Artsy Housewife. The Sorcerer's Arsenal by Coven Stitchery. And now I know this looks really simple, but it's all done in variegated thread. So when I saw it stitched, it actually looked really cool. It looks way better than the picture here. So did this one. This one looked pretty. They had these two already stitched too. This one looked sick stitched up. It did not look like that picture either. This one was the Paladin. So it says Truth, Justice, Stitch. She can make it go either way. Or I guess they just did two. The Druid, I'm gonna just show the little portion right there. So that one's pretty cool. That's by Sam Bree Stitches. The Paladin was by Mod Cross. I think what's her name started this one? Cassidy started the Druid. And then the Warlocks one, that's what it looks like. I can't really show it because they didn't give us a picture. But yeah, that's the one I traded for. It was by World on a String by Dara. I don't know, I wasn't feeling that one, but I was feeling that little owl. I'm a sucker for owls though, and birds. We all know this. Then there was The Barbarian by Maria of Quartarian Creations. If you want to see what that looks like, I would follow Eli or Cassidy, they are both stitching it. It is basically like a bear with a girl in the middle with an axe. It's pretty sick. And then there is the cleric, which is kind of like a cross with a raven and a staff going through it. I can't show that one too. I don't think, yeah, they didn't give us a picture. And then the ranger by Son of a Stitch, which looks like that from a distance. So yeah, they also didn't give me a picture of that one, but yeah, I really love some of these. I'm definitely going to stitch some of them up, either as gifts for friends, or just for fun. Maybe I'll do the variant for the next bear one. I also really like the rogue. I think that's one of my favorites too. The Handsome Woodrow is cool. I don't know if it might be too many stitches for a gift, but oh, it was so sick. And then I really like, of course, the dragon. So yeah, there's that. Let's see. I didn't buy too much when I was there. I did buy like a few Christmas presents for people, but I also bought one pattern, which is the Stitch Crypt, the dragon that ate the night. Yeah, I think this pattern looked pretty sick. I've never seen this before. I've never done a Stitch Crypt one, so I'm kind of excited. I think I'm going to start this for my birthday, just because I've been really into Fourth Wing, and it's a dragon. It's a dragon. I don't know. So I think for my birthday sale, stitch something with a dragon. Something, I think it's gonna be like something that you've already done, or like a whip, or you can start a dragon. But yeah, I bought that, and then I bought these, which are floss drops, which, oh my god, these, look at it. Perfect. They'll go perfect with this. And then I gotta show you this. So we're gonna go to the part where we talk about the, what do you call it, the table, the freebie table, because both Eli and Cassidy gave me some stuff before they put it on the freebie table, and that is this fabric, which I wanted to talk about because it's like a light blue opalescent. Yeah, what do we think? I think that's gonna be it. I think these colors will look, he's like just sleeping right here, so I'm sorry that he's just like, he sits and stands and sleeps. So yeah, I think that's going to be my start. I got this fabric is Snowdrifts by Hand Dyed Fabrics by Stephanie. 32 count opalescent linen. So Eli said he had like another cut of this and he was gonna put it on the freebie table, and I was like, can I take that? I think that is a gorgeous fabric and I have nothing like it. I'm always looking for more light blues. And then Cassidy said that she wasn't feeling 40 count linen, so she gave me some of her 40 count linen to try out. This is Bestitchme 471, it says, so it's 40 count. So yeah, I might try and find something to put on there in the near future. And then she also gave me this one, which she started on. This is an Under the Seas 40 count fabric series. And so it's just kind of like a brownish gray. She had started something right there and just wasn't vibing with it. So I'm going to try it out. If not, I'll pass it on too. So if I don't like it. But there'll be something. I also got, these also came in the bag of holding. They're Forbidden Fiber Co. flosses. I was making a joke because I thought these were Harry Potter colors. They're not. They're Detect Magic and Hand of Radiance. But they give Harry Potter vibes. But they're not Harry Potter themed. So we're good. So there was that. She also, I won on her Flosstube channel like a while ago, a bunch of patterns and kits and stuff, but the thing that I wanted the most was this cairn of water lilies. I really wanted to use this for Lily's dress, so it's like a silk antique rose. So I think that'll look really pretty on that. So yeah, I'm excited about that. I did get some patterns from her. I think I ended up putting most of them on the freebie table, but that's because I grabbed a lot from the freebie table. I think this one might have been in it, but I can't remember. But things that I got from the freebie table, this is the first one. This is just a bunch of alphabets by Hirschner's. The next one I grabbed, I thought this one was so funny. For the sportsmen. a lot of my uncles hunt. It's a very big Wisconsin thing, but just look at these ducks. I might not ever stitch this, but those ducks, man, they got me. I love a good duck. I don't know, I think I got this one because of this fish, but also these dinosaurs. It's just so random. Like, okay fish, okay dinosaurs. I'm sorry, Butters. Poking him, disturbing him. This is what? Classic needlepoint cross stitch from June, July 1991. So funny. I also grabbed one of these. There's a lot of copies of these, but I just like loved that cat on the front cover. This is a cross stitch and country crafts from April and March of 90. Like, I could still see me doing that cat. Okay. Then these next two, I only grabbed these two because they reminded me of my childhood. So don't judge. But this is the first one. It's called, does it have a name? Potties and Pastels Collection. Look at this. Okay, so my mom has stitched this one and this one, and they actually hang up in our cabin up north. And so when I saw these, I cracked up. She probably doesn't even know where this pattern is, but there's like this kid. Oh my god. These are like, but these two are from my childhood. I have grown up looking at these two images. It's so funny. And then I randomly grabbed this one, and I thought this was like hilarious because it's December/January of 89. This is where I tell you my age. So my birthday is in January, and I told you about that dragon cell, right? Of 89. I'm gonna be 37, just so you don't have to do the math. Kind of disappointed in that because you can't divide 37 by anything but 1. But it's okay. But yeah, I saw this one with these fish, and I was like, I really like those fish. I bet my husband would like that. But I leafed through it, and this is where it gets funny. There are some pretty good ones in here. Like, look at these geese. Cute, right? But I came across this majestic pillow with the bunny on it. You may not recognize this rabbit, but let me show you. Let me get something from the background for you guys that you probably didn't notice before. I'm back. So we're back to this pillow. My mom made me this pillow when I was little, when I was a baby. So I own said pillow. She changed the colors, and the ribbon to make it more pink. But I love this pillow. It still sits on this bed back here. This is my guest bedroom. So I just thought that was hilarious. And so I got this one just for the memories. And it was nice to see one for my birth year. So yeah, that's all I grabbed from the freebie table. Oh my god, there's so much to go through at this retreat. So let's go over what we did for not the smalls, because I showed you that. What are they called? Little gifts. The little gifts. The table gifts. So what I gave out was, I made these little packets for everybody at the whole retreat, just because there ended up being only I think 30 people. Yeah. So I didn't have to I have a lot of leftovers too. So there wasn't even 30 people. And inside this is the pattern for my nighttime narwhal, which I will show you guys. I actually fully finished it. So I put it in this little Goodwill frame that I found. Oh, he's gonna fall. Oh, okay. This little Goodwill frame I found. And yeah, I think he's very cute. Living his best life in here. And so I'll probably hang him up in my bathroom. So that's where, I don't know, where I hang all my sea-related patterns. Which, I'm gonna have to find more space. Maybe actually, he's a nighttime narwhal. I'm gonna hang him up in my bedroom. That's where he really belongs. So yeah, that's what was on here. And then I added these little frog post-its. They're not, what do you call it? Frog post-its from Amazon that I found. And these little glow-in-the-dark frogs, which I think he's so cute. Look at it. It's like a little realistic frog. I was really leading into the frog theme for some reason. And then my table, so that was for everybody at the whole retreat. At my table alone though, they got some frog gummies that I brought. And so I handed those out to everybody there. And then I had a few extras and handed them out to the other tables too. I don't know if you've seen these frog gummies. You okay, dude? He's just gonna be distracting, isn't he? And then I also made little needle books for everyone at my table. Oh my god. And I got this fabric from Spoonflower, and then used other fabrics that I just had for the accents. So don't mind, there's a floss in here. Let's go over here. And so this fabric I already had. This is actually the same fabric that was in the bottom of Festive Forest. And this is like a flannel that I had. And then I went and bought this blue felt, which it doesn't exactly match. But yeah, I like to keep my thread in here, obviously. I like the pockets for the scissors, if you have a scissors that doesn't have a sheath. And yeah, and any other little trinkets you need. And then I made 8 of these for everybody. So there's 6 people at our table. I ended up giving one to Steph and Sadie as well, and one to the hostess. And then I also made 2 bags, one for me and one for Eli, with the leftover fabric. And so yeah, then again, the Festive Forest fabric. And this one's so messed up. I ended up having to make a band right on the bottom of this one. So you can't really tell though. And then this, for some reason I had a lot of extra fabric on this side than I did on this side. I don't know why on this one. I'm thinking about quitting making vinyl from bags. I really like them, but I don't know why I keep messing up the binding. And it's the binding up here. It's not even touching the vinyl. So if anyone has any tips on how I can not have it look like this, maybe let me know. Cause yeah, but yeah, I really like this. This is where I've been keeping one of my whips. I've been keeping let me show you guys the Fool pattern, actually. So I said I was gonna try and finish this with in front of Eli, since it was his like sale that I never finished on time, by the Witchy Stitcher Nostalgic Tarot, and that's okay. I still didn't finish, but I did get a lot of progress. So yeah, he looked like this before, and now he looks like this. He's still with all the called for, except for the white is glow in the dark. And yeah, he's pretty close to getting finished. I was very motivated to do this, and I know that if I started it up again, I would just be like, psh, psh, and I could probably get it finished in like a week or two. So yeah, that might happen in the near future, because I really do want to do all the cards and make it into actual cards, because I love tarot. But yeah, he now lives in this bag. So that is his place. Yeah, so that was my gifts. I know this is like such an all over the place video, but deal with me, it's fun. Cassidy made these little things for us. They were little thread beds. This one's actually living with my my wizard, the owl wizard. And yeah, I love this fabric. I don't know where she found this. Dragon fabric. I'm gonna have to find some. Maybe make an actual bag with it. But yeah, I really like that. And she let us pick out the snaps. I picked purple, of course. And mine has lime green. So I love that. She also made these for everybody, or I don't know, she kind of gave out a lot of like random little things. So she had stickers from her Flosstube, which I really need to find a way to make my own little logo. I don't know. She gave us these little frogs. Do you remember these from like when you're little? I got a little blue one. He actually lives up here with my dragon. And she gave us these like little kits to make with it. Came with Play-Doh, a stamp pad, and a booklet. And these are for, you take the Play-Doh and you put it on like a doorknob or an emblem that looks cool, and then you stamp it with the stamp pad into this book, so you can collect like cool like random images that you see like I don't know, like on tiles or stone or anything outside, like art, like architectural stuff. It's really cool. I haven't used it yet. I should have used it there. There was lots of opportunities, but alas, I did not. So yeah, that's what she gave us. I think this bat sticker came from her, which I'm going to save this and use it for my Bestitch holiday gift exchange, because we're supposed to put stickers on those, like bat stickers or something. And then with Eli, he let us choose, so he had those floss drops that I showed you earlier, and then he let us choose a different cross-stitch animal that he did. And there was a needle in the back of this, but I chose the snake because I just think he's so cute. And I'm the year of the snake, sort of. I'm actually the year of the dragon, but it changed a couple days after, and it is 89 as the year of the snake. And I put my magnet on him already, so he actually goes on my, like, I've been having him on my light. But I've been digging his vibe. I also have my magnetic board he could go on. And then yeah, and then he gave us a cut of fabric. So there will be, I will find something to do with this. Too bad it wasn't like the long way. Then you could do a bookmark. But nah, I'll find something. This is a solid cut of fabric. And then I also got to meet the other two people at our table were Cecilia, and she gave us these little guys, these little tote things, and inside was a sticker and probably some candy. Mine says warning, me randomly talking about cross stitch. I really like Cecilia. She came with us on our scavenger hunt, which was a lot of fun. And then oh my god, I'm blanking on her name. The other girl that was with us also did D&D with us. So, and her husband. And they were so nice. So let's go over this scavenger hunt. I gotta find, one second. Okay, I'm sorry about that. I had to find this guy. Because this scavenger hunt was so much fun. I had never been to French Lick, Indiana. And it had these two good gigantic hotels, and they were known for this like sulfur spring, and apparently like if you drink the water, it's like the best laxative and weight loss health thing that you can do. And their logo was this like devil thing, like you've seen the logo on other things, like what is it, on this bag and stuff. And that's because they called it Pluto water. And so they had this whole thing about this whole scavenger hunt for French Lick and the town next door, which you could take a trolley to. So that was pretty cool. I might have a few pictures that I can put up. Especially, I do have pictures of the, what is it called? The scavenger hunt. There's like a tunnel underneath the what do you call it? The hotel. And we took the trolley over, and there was like this giant atrium at the other hotel. And oh my god, this place was so cool. Apparently it was like the home of tomato soup or something. The canned tomato soup. That you use in Bloody Marys, and so that was pretty funny. Oh my god, the cats have the yayas right now. But yeah, she hid apparently 50 of these little devil ducks, and I found one. Me, Cassidy, Eli, and Cecilia, we were all in a group, and we ended up winning and having the most points. And so we won the most famous Pluto therapeutic spa mineral bath. So I hope it doesn't smell like sulfur like the waters did, but it says bath flowing from the water of Pluto Springs in French Lick. So it did smell like eggs though. It lingered too. Like we went, I know Eli couldn't even like go in the room, but like when I went in, I was like, holy crap, that still smell stuck with me like the rest of the time. So yeah, I won that. I did get, okay, I did win other things. I won a door, what is it? I won a door prize, and I also won, the Rookie of the Year for Dungeons and Dragons there, apparently. So I got this dragon for that. And this little arm dragon, you put him around here and he hangs out. Little finger. I think he's so cute. I'm probably going to wrap him around something in this room so he can hang out here. Maybe I'll take him to a rave. I think he would like that. A little dance party. But yeah, so I won him, which was really cool. I also won this tabletop catapult. It was really funny. They had so many bags of like, what do you call it? Patterns that you could win and stuff. And I was like, I'm gonna go for a box. I'm gonna risk it. And I got the tabletop catapult, and I built it. So this is my tabletop catapult. I do use it to toss treats at the cats, and it's quite entertaining. So yeah, that's what, oh, something fell off of it. I'll get it figured out, don't worry. Or maybe it's the Stitch Pluto duck disappeared again. I don't even know. But yeah, so those were everything I won. So then the weekend after that, I went to Chicago. And, oh, no, I didn't cover everything. Back it up. So there was 2 nights of the, I brought 2 bottles of wine. And during the night, when me and Eli went back to the hotel, we split the bottles of wine and watched Flosstube, and it was like a lot of fun. He introduced me to a lot of cool Flosstubers, which I'll mention some of them at a later date, because I want to give the disobedient housewife her one chance, you know, her time to shine. But there was one that he introduced me to, and these two girls were hilarious. They're actually from Chicago too, or one of them is. But yeah, and one night he didn't have anything to stitch on, because I was like, yeah, let's drink wine and like keep stitching, because that's what I want to do. It closed at like 10. And so yeah, we stayed up late, and he forgot all of his whips in the room. So he's like, can I stitch on one of yours? And I said, yeah, why not? So he actually chose Strawberry Thieves. So I'm doing this little bird right here, and he did this berry for me. So yeah, that's a nice little memory I have from him, is this little berry's done by him. So yeah, and this is on Sherbert Hand Dyes by Jim, 32 count Lugana, which he said that Hand Dyed by Jim was local to him, so now he'll have someone local to like try their Lugana, and hopefully he'll get some, because they make really good fabric, in my opinion. Okay, that was the last thing. That was the only thing I missed, I'm pretty sure. I tried to write a whole list. I tried to write a script, if you will. It's like bullet points, and my handwriting is, of course, an engineer's. So it's not great, but yeah, I covered everything. Okay, so next I went, then the weekend after that, it was Halloween weekend, and we went to Chicago for one of my favorite DJs was playing, Grizz, and I was super excited about that. I also started something Halloween day, so I'm gonna put a picture of what it looks like. I did Pumpkin Party by Lola as my start, because I actually finished a pumpkin, and so I wanted to start a new pumpkin. And this is my start. So this is on the same fabric as my Independence Day. Look at the little raccoon in. This face is so funny. It's 32 count Oz by Atomic Ranch. So yeah, I'm doing those ants. I actually have it also as a whip. So why don't I show that next? Since we're doing this totally out of order, chaotic. It's on the same fabric as my Independence Day by Silver Creek Samplers. And I actually did this on November 4th, because I said I was going to stitch this on every 4th. And I just added in the pink for the watermelons. So this is on the same fabric as Pumpkin Party by Lola Crow. So yeah, really happy with that start. And I started it because I finished this guy. This is Cattle Lantern by Luminous Fiber Arts. This one is on 16 count Amethyst by Hometown Fibers. So yeah, I think I haven't decided. I might do this as a flat fold. I've never done a flat fold, and it sounds like Lois is never going to teach a flat fold at that finishing school, because she hates flat folds. She was very adamant about that. But yeah, I liked how this turned out. I changed his eyes from green to yellow, because all the black cats I know have yellow eyes, and I like it. What do you guys think? Also, the stem was gray, and I wanted it to be green. I think sometimes when I look at it at different lighting, I have regrets, but that's okay. I think I'm going to finish it as a flat fold, though. I think that's the plan in my head. I also fully finished one that was similar to that, and that is Snack-O-Lantern. And that's only because these two are actually on the same fabric. The 16 count Amethyst Aida. And so I actually got this, what is it called? This frame. This was an unfinished frame from Michaels that I found. I painted it black. So I painted the edges, not the back. Black. This is some fabric. This is the same fabric that was on the back of Magical Toad Freddy. He's also on this same fabric. So this is like reminiscent of that guy. Which was, what is it called? It's just some random fabric that I had. I don't know where I got it from. Maybe Joann's. So yeah, I put this fabric on some mat board, shoved it in there, didn't glue it or anything, so I can still get it out if something happens to this. Then I put this on mat board, glued this on here, and then I was gonna put a border, and I was back and forth about it, and then I was like, no, it's too much, because I wanted to put these little candies. And you remember, these are the candies I talked about in the last video. I think they're so funny. These are some from the big candy one, and then these were from the Halloween ones. And I put this little chubby bat up here, because he's like sharing the candy, being a little chubby bat. And I attached these with permanent glue dots, because like, I was like, you know, if I decide I don't like this finish later, because I was so back and forth about it, I can always take them off. But I like these. I brought this in the narwhal to the brag table, as well as Festive Forest. So yeah. And this is a Snackle Lantern by Boomerang Stitches. That was that finish. And yeah, so I was in Chicago for 2 days. It was really funny. Some people were like, oh, did you see anything there? Like anything? Because while we were there, apparently they were in the news for having ice there. And I was like, no, but I saw a lot of Irish people. Apparently there was a huge Irish versus New Zealand rugby game right across the street from our hotel. So like we went to the bar in the hotel, which was called Kitty O'Shea's. It was an Irish themed bar, and everyone was Irish there, and it was like the funniest thing. So yeah, and yeah, we got to see Grizz. He was at like the Wintrust Arena. We did both nights. I dressed up as a dragon one of the nights, because of course. And it's funny, my friend showed up dressed as a king, and he was like, I'm a short king. So yeah, that was really, really fun. Grizz was gone for like 2 years. He took a 2-year break, so it was cool to see his show coming back. It had pyrotechnics and lasers and the whole deal. And we had seats pretty far in the back, but that's fine. We didn't mind. So yeah, that was my streak of like going places. I do have a couple more finishes and whips that I worked on since then that I did not cover. Let's go over the finishes. So this is a start and a finish, because I watched my last Flosstube and this definitely wasn't in there, but I fully finished V for Vespiquen, which was for Jada's cross stitch, the last test stitch that I was doing for her. So this is the same frame as actually Squirtle that I put it in. I just reused it because I'm gonna finish Squirtle in a different way. But yeah, I love these little bees. He's so cute. And yeah, it's been sitting on the back shelf. I think you can't see, but Ghastly's over there too, because Halloween is over. And yeah, they sit together. V and G, they have no meaning to me except that they're Pokemon that I love, and that's it. That's all that matters. So I finished that. I also finished Spring Seeds by JedxStitch. I said I was going to start the fall one, but I just could not stop once I was cruising on this one. So I still need to start the fall while it's still fall, and hopefully I can get it finished. Probably not in fall. It might be too late. And I could tell you why. It's because I have Christmas presents to do. But that's okay. You know, you can do any season out of order. It doesn't matter. So yeah, I finished that. I'm not sure. This might be too big for a drum, but I was thinking of doing a double-sided flat fold so that I can have it, and then when it turns into the next season, I just turn it around. And this is on 32 count Lugana by Bestitchme Sand Dollar. JedxStitch Spring Seeds. So now I have 2 more whips. Those are all my finishes. My last 2 whips are, I worked on, it looks like this, My Mushy Valentine by Sprouting Lupine. I put in this guy and did this border up here. So this is a morel. It's really cool because it has like the sparkly Krynic rainbow treasures actually around the border and in these hearts on the morel. So all the like holes in the morel are hearts, which you could tell that before, but like up close it's like, oh my god, that's such like a cool like little secret. But yeah, that is coming along. I've been trying to do 1 motif a month, so I did that in October. I still have to do the next motif for what is it, November? So I think I'm gonna do this guy right here, hopefully before the end of November. And yeah, and then probably give myself a little bit of a break and just do this for December, since we are going to be embarking on some Christmas stitching. And then the last whip I have, this is actually a gift from my brother-in-law, and I have been hitting this one hard. This has been my focus project this week, and it is called Upon a Star from the Cross Stitch in the Forest book by Max Pigeon Coop Designs. It's gonna look like this. And so this is how far I am. I think it's looking really good. I am making stellar progress. I don't know, I think I might be halfway done because there's not as much stitching on the second page and I'm almost finished with the first page. But yeah, I got the wolf in there, got these 2 trees. I really like this. This is just like 14 count Aida, but I really like this style of stitching. It like, I'm not a big fan of like block stitching, so it has been hard to like continue on. But my husband's been really enjoying me watching me do this one. I'm gonna have to do something for him next for his office from this book because he really likes this book a lot, and so do I, of course. We're both like outdoorsy people. So yeah, there was that. So yeah, I'm pretty sure that's everything for my whips, finishes, and starts, and everything about the retreats. This next portion is going to be my plans. Just kidding. So my plans are birthday, January 31st, last day of January. I'm going to start that dragon. If you want to start a dragon with me, I'll make a hashtag for it. It'll be fun. It'll be a good time. Last day of January. Trunktown, possibly January 1st as a start with Eli of Thick Threads. Maybe we'll make a hashtag for that too. I'll figure it out. I'll ask him. And if I do, he'll probably make a video about it before I do because he's way faster at editing than I am. Then December, I'm going to be doing the 12 ornaments, and that includes Jingle Ball ornaments. So I did get one of the kits. Oh, I have it right here, actually. You all want to see, I got Chicken Mittens by Lindy Stitches. I was obsessed and I really want to know how to make these little mittens. So yeah, and the kit was only like, I think the class was $35. The kit was only like $25 more. And I was like, that's worth it for like the pain and headache that it's going to find everything. So it came with, I believe this is 32 count blush linen by Zweigart. Looks like white, it's pink. It has all the flosses in here on a beautiful floss card. If you ever do a DMC kit or Dimensions kits, you know what this is like working with these. And it came with hot chocolate. It said hot chocolate is downstairs. This chicken on ice skates, which I think is so cute. Again, I need to get that fabric tote so I have a place to put my stickers. And then it came with some ribbon and all the fabric you need. So there's interfacing, this fabric, which I think is the backing fabric, and can you hear him? He's so silly. Gordon is so vocal when he is like not getting paid attention to, which is funny because he doesn't like to be pet. We've pet him, but he like has to be sleeping in our bed to pet him, and like not like too sleepy to run away. Otherwise we're not allowed to touch him. He's a no touch cat. All look, no touch. So it's funny that he gets loud and emotional about things. So yeah, I am planning on doing these. How many is there? 5. So these might be 5 of mine. I might not do all of them for my some of my ornaments. I also have been considering doing the Liz Matthews class. I'm back and forth just because the price and to find things and stuff. Times are tough right now. The holidays are rough, but you'll know if I did it because I will show you. And I think they would be really nice, easy gifts for people because I like don't know what to get people sometimes. And I'm like, here, have a snow globe. You know what? I should do that class. Okay. I think I've decided. So yeah. The other thing that I had was I wrote Great White Christmas on here. I think I'm going to be starting that up just because my friend Kate, we went to Beautiful Sip and Stitchery's holiday party not like 2 weekends ago. So it was the weekend after I went to Chicago. I went to the holiday party, so I went back there. But that was just for the day because it's only like about an hour drive for us. And they had a Boomerang Stitches trunk show, and she picked up Great White Christmas, and I was like, I started this and then frogged it and then restarted it, and now I might frog it again and restart it with her Thanksgiving weekend. So there is that might show up again, and hopefully she'll keep me motivated to finish it because I've never done a monochrome and I still want to. And I was talking about things I want to add. I want to add some sparkles in the snowflakes, and she's like, yeah, I want to do that too. And I was like, okay. I was like, girl, how funny would it be if we gave the shark a gold tooth? She's down. So we might have 2 different Great White Christmases with gold teeth. We'll see. She already picked a fabric. She picked one of Jasmine from Moonlit Garden Crafts. Also had a trunk show there, and she stitched with us too. She had bought one of her fabrics. It's like this light blue with like pinkish splashes that kind of look like blood. It's so cute. I think it's gonna look really cool. But yeah, so there's that portion. Now we're gonna go to haul. So I'm gonna go into my haul from my Bestitchme Fabric of the Month, my haul from the when I went to Beautiful Sip and Stitchery for because I had a coupon from the finishing school that I wanted to use, so I went back and bought some fabrics and stuff from there during their holiday party. I also bought some stuff from Moonlit Garden Crafts. I just looked at Butters, and he is laying right on top of one of my whips. He is definitely loafed up on there. That's okay. We're gonna clean this up. We're gonna get this done. So my haul. Whew. So if you don't like haul, it's fine. It's nice talking to you. I hope you enjoyed this. I enjoy seeing that people are actually watching my videos, and I enjoy it when I go to retreats and hear people, and thank you for coming. But we're gonna get right into it. Bestitchme. I'm still in their Fabric of the Month Club. I think that I am ready to quit that and the Atomic Ranch Fabric of the Month Club. I think I have too many fabrics now. A lot of purple. I have a lot of purple. So yeah, I got my September Fabric of the Month here. This is called September Morning. Just like a lavender blue. very pretty. I'm excited to use this one. And then I also have the October one since it's been so long. This is Huckleberry. So spoilies if you haven't gotten yours. I hope you had by now, especially since I put these up so late. Then I decided to go to Friday Night Fight Night. I've never been. It's a Facebook group thing with Bestitchme. And I went to the Lugana section, and y'all do not go to the Lugana section. I don't know what anyone's deal is, but I found this fabric. This is beautiful. This is 32 count Shadow by Bestitchme. So maybe I'll put a dragon on this. But that got me to enter all the giveaways, and I won. I won some giveaways. So I won 2 linens, 2 ASO linen. This is Eye of Newt, 32 count. So, you know, even my favorite count. And another jack-o'-lantern, but in linen instead of, what do you call it? Instead of the Lugana, which I'm not gonna lie, they look the same. I don't know how Bestitchme does it, but they're like the differences in color from Lugana to linen, now that I see this like bright orange, is the same. Like they nail it. I do have some qualms. So I got my Harvest Moon Hangout like order, and I got the fabric in 32 count Lugana, and I saw somebody's at the finishing school and theirs was gorgeous. Mine is basically monotone. Let me show you. So from Harvest Moon Hangout, this was the Fibralicious Yummy Fibers Sepia Sorcery. And this was just like a monotone purple instead of kind of what they showed us. And that's okay, but whatever Bestitchme does to model their fabric that other companies aren't doing, to model their like Lugana, they're doing it right. But I still love this. This fabric is gorgeous. I'm going to use it. It's definitely more of a like monotone fabric now, instead of, you know, what it should have been. So yeah, I think if you are a dyer, I think it has something to do with the dyeing process has to be different in order to get the different colors out of the different fabrics. But I'm not a dyer. But yeah, so I got that. I'll still use it. I love it. Just a little, should have gotten the linen type thing. I also ordered a few other things during the Harvest Moon Hangout. I ordered this Milk Hill kit, which is really cute. Monster plant. So hopefully I have some time to do that. I have so many Mill Hill kits I want to start. I also got this one. I've been eyeing this guy up. Satsuma Street Nevermore. I wanted to start this already, but of course I'm ambitious as always. And then I saw some other kits that she didn't have up that were older from Satsuma Street, so I kind of made a Satsuma Street order. They're kind of expensive. I know, I shouldn't have done this, but I got Happy Halloween. I really love this frog, and I really like this guy. Another wizard owl. So I ordered those from her. And I also got the Poutini exclusive pins, because I have been digging pins. This little bat on there. So yeah. Oh man, it's been so long that I haven't even shown the Harvest Moon Hangout stuff, which is nuts. More haul. So Beautiful Sip of Stitchery, they had their holiday party, and they gave us these 2 things for free. So this is an ornament. Chris said he got a laser cutter. Or not a laser engraver to do this. So yeah, I am expecting him to make more things that we can buy. Maybe, you know, like those stitch counters that have like the corner counters. Chris, I'm expecting it from you. And then of course, another one of these floppy little pens. Mine's a little gingerbread house. So I thought that was cute. And then picked up my October fabric of the month. Look at me on time with these. This is Pear 32 count Lugana by Atomic Ranch. It's like an off-white, but it's green. And I really like it. And I'm thinking the Aviary on there by JedxStitch. I think this is the Aviary fabric. I also bought this fabric. I've been calling this salmon fabric, but it's another XJU Designs Witchy Pink linen in 36 count. I don't know, I've just been eyeing up this fabric, and they only had it left in at 36 count. But I got some Valentine's Day ideas for that. Alex is downstairs. And then this fabric has always caught my eye when I went in the store, and I finally was like, they were almost out of it, and I was like, I'm putting my foot down, I'm buying this fabric. So I've only bought 1/8 of it because I still have no idea what I'd stitch on it, but I will find something. And I said I wasn't going to do, I might do Halloween, but I was like, maybe spring, but probably Halloween. But this is 32 count Witch's Brew by Lap and Loops. Look at this cut. It's just 1/8, but it's so crazy. I'll find something. And then from Moonlit Garden Crafts with Jasmine, I got a bunch of her fabrics. So I wanted to see some of them in person, so I was hoping she'd be there too, and she was. Or Moonlit Dye Works. So this one is called Driftwood. This is a new marketplace one that she came out with. I love this. It is like so woodsy. I definitely can see like a nice like pigeon coop design stitch on this. So yeah, that'll come up later. And then I also got, this is Blue Lagoon 16 count Opalescent Aida. That blue, there's so many ocean patterns, especially with all that Cosmo that I just got with the Spellbound stitches that I want to do. So I was like thinking that would go good with that. And then this is Beach Vibes, which I think she came out with this for the Aviary. But yeah, I am digging this one. Someone did do the Aviary on here by Lola Crow, and she was showing her there. So yeah. And then lastly, I just could not pass this one up. This is Bog Water in 14 count Aida. And it is like similar to Driftwood, except it's like more blue and greens and browns. So yeah, I was really digging that one too. So yeah, that was all my haul from that. I do have one more thing. So I actually went and ordered, why am I not looking at the camera while I talk? I went and ordered the Bestitchme adventure box back in like June, and it finally came. So I can show you what, if you don't want to see that, just, I don't know. The only thing left that I want to talk about is like what I'm watching and what I'm listening to. But I'm going to show you that haul. So with this, we got 3 fabrics. We got Trail's End, which is another dark fabric. And I got these all in 32 count Lugana. This is Sundown Peaks. Ooh, this is one that you gotta open all the way up because it's got like a blue side. Oh my god, yeah. It's got like a blue side and a purple side. So that's really cool. So I'll find something for that one. And then this is one that I don't have a lot of color of, but this is Twilight Canopy. This one's really cool too. See what I mean? I think I have enough fabric that I think I'm gonna quit both my fabric of the month clubs and take a break and I want to start using some of these, you know, or like if I don't use them, trade them or give them away. We'll see. So I really like those fabrics though. We also got 2 patterns in the adventure box. We got the Erin Elizabeth Designs camping tier, which I think this is so funny. Look at that hot dog. Oh, they're like little things. I don't really understand the tier designs. My mom was saying she would probably stitch it like as a band with these designs without the tier, and I kind of agree, like just as like little individual things. But yeah. And we also got My Next Adventure by Sneaky Brand Designs. I've never heard of them. That was really cute. Well, you could probably customize the little signs. Say whatever you want. And then with this, they gave us this, Adventure Silk Pack. So I saw this green. Actually, was it that green? I saw this green, and I might change P. Roy's grass to this green, so I'm really digging it. And the rest of it that's in there, there was a project bag, just like a regular mesh one, but it's huge. There was, this is a threader, so you can put your stuff on floss drops. They've got these, look at that with the, little floss drops. So I really like those. A little bag of trail mix. Wow, the only candy that wasn't eaten. Some pony black needles. A Bestitchme counter gauge. See, this is what Chris needs to be doing with that laser thing. Some thread conditioner. Some unscented beeswax. So more beeswax. I guess I have to try it now, especially with the silks. This is a needle minder. It's huge. Let's see, Happy Camper, and a scissors thing that has a tent on it. All this stuff is so cute. And then there is like this like little container for all your goodies, or like an orc container. It's just paper. But yeah, I think that. So that's it. That's all my haul. That's a lot of stuff, I know. But it's been a while. It's been a lot of retreats. I think I am going to go on a little bit of a no-buy. I think it's time. I did join a Lady.Creates club for finishing supplies, because obviously I use them. And that's going to be bi-monthly. So if you want to join, it is at Beautiful Sip and Stitchery. This is basically not sponsored by them, but I know that they did have some spots left for that. And yeah, going into some things that I've been doing lately with movies and shows. I've been watching Samurai Champloo. It's an anime that's a lot older, and it's kind of like hip-hop samurais. I don't know. It's done by the same people as Cowboy Bebop, and I don't know how like famous it is in the anime world, but my husband was like, you need to watch this. Like, you need to watch this. So we watched that, and we started watching the Great British Baking Show. I have not finished. No spoilies. I usually save that for like catching up for that in the winter, just because I like to watch those back to back, and like while I'm cooking and baking and stuff. But yeah, me and my husband watched that together. We also watched Wayward on Netflix. It was like a thriller about like one of those correctional camps for teens, like the one that Paris Hilton was in. It was pretty interesting. Pretty weird. There were a few moments where I was like, no, they killed a frog. But I was like, no, why would you do that? Yeah, there was that. Music I've been listening to, a lot of music has come out lately, actually. So Grizz came out with like his side quest album as like his coming back thing, and did that at the show that we saw in Chicago. There's been Dirt Monkey, Into the Void. He's like more of a dubstep artist though, so I expect nobody to actually listen to that. He's kind of got like, you have to like dubstep to listen to him. Manic Focus, which is one mine and my husband's favorite artists. We always think of him as our 2020 artist because we saw him right before the pandemic, and then we saw him again during the pandemic, but it was like at a drive-through show where everyone was like separated, and that was really cool. He is a Chicago native, so that's probably why we've seen him a lot, but I think he lives in Denver now. But yeah, his new album came out and it is so good. I love it, and my husband already like snagged the vinyl for it, so that's coming. And he also snagged one for the new Mind Chatter album, which he is like more of a house artist. So Manic Focus is like groovy, funky, kind of like bass vibe. He's really, I recommend him for sure if you like just like, I don't know, funky bass. And then Mind Chatter is like house, but it's like everything has to do with like mental health and like your brain, and his lyrics are just like wild, and he's a great singer. So that's another good album to check out that just came out recently. And my husband snagged one of the last vinyls from him too, so I am excited about that too. But yeah, so this is gonna be a long one. If there is a part 1 and part 2, I am so sorry. I just really wanted to make sure those bookmark things got put up before that ended. And yeah, I'm so busy right now, especially with Christmas stitching ramping up and like presents and stuff. I set up my what is it called, sewing machine downstairs to get ready to make project bags and all that stuff. But yeah, thanks for listening. Being ramble for however long I rambled. And thanks for coming back and watching me. I did hit 200 subscribers, so yes. And yeah, go check out the other 2 Flosstubers that I mentioned, Subpar Stitches and the Disobedient Housewife. Hopefully my cats weren't too annoying for you this time, because there was a lot of screaming, and Gordon is in here staring at me like, let's go girl, let's get this over with. So I'll see you all later. Thanks, bye.